my bigger thing is if anyone accused me of having sex with them, I'd be like, no, I fucking didn't. Shut up.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys. All right, we don't do this ever. This is going to be the first time we've done this. Brunch is all about agreeing with each other. And if it's ever about anything else, that's when we both walk away. You're a little mad at me.
I'm a little mad at you.
I'm a little mad back at you.
Oh,
Go
yeah?
ahead.
Okay. This is going to be a little airing of grievances.
Okay.
We didn't have an episode on Friday because you overslept. Mm-hmm. What time were we supposed to record on Friday morning?
We were supposed to record, I think, at 8 or 9.
Yeah, something around there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until 2 hours later that I got a text from you, and you're like, oh, shit, sorry, overslept. And I had a very small window in which I could record.
No, it wasn't 2 hours later.
It was an hour later. Or maybe it was an hour. It was definitely at least an hour.
You texted me between 15 and 45 minutes after we were supposed to record saying that you went to the gym. And when I got
was not 15 to 40 minutes. I texted you.
I was perturbed that's how short a window I had.
No, I gave you at least 45 minutes.
You may have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because but the reason the window was so short was because you've done that before.
Probably.
Yes. And so I was like, I know that he's asleep.
Yeah.
If he's not responding, I know that he's asleep. He overslept. He's done that before.
But the only other time I've done it before, and again, I'm not making any excuses. There's nothing I care about more in the world in this podcast. The only other time I did that was when it was the day after the worst day of my life, and I was literally just in bed drinking all day, and I fell asleep. And I don't know if you guys ever do that. That's going to happen. The booze is going to get you. You're going to fall asleep. It's okay. I took a month off after that. All right. This is going to sound like an excuse. It is. The last 2 weeks, I've been trying to... I didn't want to bring it up here because I'm kind of weirded out by it. I have had some sort of skin thing, which is fucking crazy, and I can never sleep because of it, and all the remedies for it, I've gone to the doctors about it, and... it's probably a winter thing, but it also might be a stress thing. I am itchy 100% of the time, and anything that would make the itching go away, I'm allergic to.
Really?
So there's nothing I can fucking do. So all I've been doing for 2 weeks has been taking Benadryl, and I fucking quit drinking coffee. So I'm taking Benadryl and trying to drink tea to even it out. And when you got that, oh, fuck, I overslept, if it sounded casual, it's because it was the 60th one of those text messages I'd sent to people in that week. I canceled plans going out. I fucking slept through spin classes that I paid for. I don't always pay for spin classes, I'll be completely honest. But when I pay for them, if I miss them, it's fucking heartbreaking. I left a fucking front row seat open in the Saturday spin class, and then... What do you think's worse? You being mad at me or the fucking handlebar tweeting oh, I guess DJ had something better to do when he missed it?
I don't know. What is worse for you? Because those seem like the two worst things that could happen to you.
They're the only fucking two things I do. So I've stopped taking the Benadryl, and then last night I was up till fucking 6:30. You know what I was doing last night?
Itching?
I was itching and talking to your girlfriend all night.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
She was up. She's also sick. And
I don't like that.
She responded to a story. No, I responded to her story early in the day, and then I was up. I was like, what am I going to fucking do? I'm itching. I'm watching High Maintenance. I'm watching I didn't watch The Shy, but I watched Crashing, which was excellent. And I get an alert on my phone. And I was like, ooh, getting that 3:30 alert. But again, I'm so fucking itchy that if that was a booty call from somebody, I was going to be like...
Sorry, can't.
No, sorry, I can't do that. But I was going to have to be fucking vague about it. But, yeah. So I've not been taking... I almost killed myself with NyQuil. I went to the doctor about it, and they were like, what's wrong? I was like, I keep itching. Nothing's fixing it, and my heart hurts now. And they were like, well... what have you eaten lately? I'm like, nothing. I've been doing fucking paleo, all healthy. Although last night I cheated on it the first time I drank like half a bottle of NyQuil. And they were like, yeah, well, you almost fucking killed yourself. That's why your heart hurts, you idiot. So that's not an excuse because, honestly, I think that without that, at some point, that would have happened anyway. I would have been late. Because punctualness unfortunately, with brunch has been the number one thing that I've had to either reschedule or cut it fast and loose.
It has not been great.
Which sucks.
And apparently there was a miscommunication where you did not know where that was like the one thing that bothers me. That you know me, you've known me for a while.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things that I get mad about. But when I feel like somebody's wasting my time or being inconsiderate with my time, I get very mad.
You sent me a text message this morning that when you sent it...
It was the meanest text that I've ever sent to you.
It wasn't mean.
Well, it was like the sassiest.
It was... You told me off.
Yeah.
And when you sent it, I was so flummoxed because... I was deciding whether or not to put honey in my tea because I've been drinking...
I thought you were going to say you were going to put honey in your text. Then I would have lost it.
Oh, I was... Listen, honey.
Because one thing... Because I get very mad when
That's
people
something
are...
I do sometimes.
When
not
people
to you, but...
When people are inconsiderate with my time, I get very mad. But what has happened with you, and it's kind of doubled down on it, you are very quick to downplay it.
Yeah, well...
You try to de-escalate the situation when you sense that I'm a little ticked off, and it only makes me madder.
So I didn't... So as I was saying, this all started because you texted this morning. So I said, let's do it. It's 7:30, which I got home from work at 1 o'clock last night. Not an excuse, just laying out the facts. And then the fucking itching saga, which, again, I was leaving you out of that because, honestly, and I said this to your girlfriend last night, being a skin survivor is your thing, and I don't want to fucking take that away from you. So I'm fucking fighting my own battle over here. You have
an invisible skin disease.
Yes,
like I
can't silent
look
killer.
At you, yes, I can't look at you and be like, oh, bad skin.
Yeah,
I had the loud skin disease,
and then we debated. We were like, so how bad do you think Pete's skin was? And we both agreed, like, probably not bad.
It was bad.
Not in like a you're making too big a deal of it. I'm saying like I bet as soon as you noticed it, you were like, all right, how do we like? You sat down. You were like, all right, let's devise a plan. Like you didn't let it beat you, right? Or like you weren't gonna let it beat you.
I wasn't going to let it beat me, but it got the best of me for a little while. Yes.
Okay, so what was I saying? My plan was 7:30 this morning. We would record, and then because I fucking missed that spin class the other day, I was gonna do a 9 o'clock boxing class. When it was 4:30, 5:30, when it was 6:20 was the last time I saw the clock. When it was 6:20. I was like, there's no way I'm recording or that I'm going to go to a boxing class on, like, no sleep. I'll fucking pass out. I'll pass out, like, walking into a boxing class anyway. So I was like, I texted you and I was like, hey, don't worry. We'll record at, what did I say, 8:30?
Yeah.
And at 8:35, you were like, where are you?
Yes.
And I was like, just hopping in the shower. Now, depending on traffic, I'm usually 8 to 15 minutes away from you. Mm-hmm. And so I got out of the shower, and then as I was getting out of the shower, got a phone call from work, and just like, I was just like casual. I was slowly moving about my day, like somebody who had fucking slept for a second and thought incorrectly that there wasn't any rush. So then at like 8:45, you were like, where are you? And I think I said, what's your problem, man?
Yeah, you're like, what's your problem?
Because I couldn't tell if you were serious. We'll say a lot of things. We'll be like, hey, you stupid asshole who I don't like. What's up? And it's like always a joke. So when you were like, where the fuck are you? I
didn't say where the fuck are you.
I
was giving you the benefit of doubt.
It was two where are you in like a short time.
Right, because we're coming off an episode in which we missed because you were late.
Yes.
And so I was like, all right, this is the one episode where he's not going to be late. Or not the one episode. That's a little sassy.
Yeah.
But like I said last night when you suggested that we should record in the morning, I said you're on morning podcast probation because you tend to be later in the morning, which is understandable.
In my head, I was like, well, little does Pete know I'm not taking Benadryl tonight, so we're all good. But I drank again, not to make excuses. I knew that yesterday I had to work from like 10 to
You're doing the whole like, not to make excuses, and then you're listing off excuses.
When has anybody ever said not to make excuses and then not followed it with an excuse?
But here's the thing.
Number one trick in the book.
I'm fine with you. I'm fine with you saying 8:30 and then us recording at 9:30, as long as you say, "Hey, it's going to be closer to 9:30."
Yeah.
Because then at that point I can say, "Okay, I'm not going to sit around waiting for DJ and expecting him to show up momentarily for an hour."
Yes, that's very fair. But whenever I show up, you're in fucking sleepy wear. So I legitimately thought that when I show up, I text you and say I'm here. You then get out of bed and we go.
I usually do that. And if you showed up at 8:30 today, that would have been what happened. So I rolled out of bed and then I sat around for an hour.
Again, this is all fair. But so in this text conversation, you said like, dude, stop doing this. You know that I don't like when people waste my time, and you conveyed to me like, you know that this upsets me. Why do you still do it?
Yeah.
And
so I said,
I legitimately had no idea it upset you.
Which is wild to me because it's like you never see me mad, and this is the only time that I get mad.
Yeah, but I
haven't been like vocal about it. I've been trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Everybody knows that on this podcast we like each other.
Yeah,
and I try, and it's gotten to the point where now it's like it's bothered me. But it happens so much that it bothers me.
Okay, so I also brought up this morning. I was like, well, I had just sensed recently that you were like mad at me, annoyed with me, something, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just like a general like. When you work with someone for 3 years, maybe you have a rough month or something.
Yeah, that happens.
And, like...
There's just... I mean, like, that happens like, no matter what. It's the Brady Belichick thing.
Right.
You can't work with somebody for so long without, like, having something that gets under your skin a little bit.
Right. But, I don't know. It freaked me out.
For anybody listening, like... Yeah. This isn't much trouble in paradise. We're going to be fine.
No. This is actually, honestly, the first sign of it. So, I think that... At first, I was like, when you brought it up, I was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Because you were like, we should quickly just explain like why we're mad and then go from there. And I was like, no, because my biggest fucking fear in the world would be one of us would say something mean. And then we've never said something mean to each other.
Biggest fear in the world is that the listeners don't think that we're completely in love.
Yeah, which I'm not fucking going anywhere, man. I'm going to do the thing like, this will end with one of us challenging the other one to quit. Because I'm not going to be the fucking one who leaves brunch. Again, and I think I responded to you. I was like, dude, I've sensed some shit of late, and people have fucking tweeted about it, which freaked me out even more. You know the thing they say, like, by the time you notice you need a haircut, everybody else has noticed it?
Have people noticed that I've been angry?
When you tweeted this on Friday, sorry, no episode today. One of us overslept, and the other one's not happy about it. And someone responded like, I can trace back that it's DJ who overslept because DJ wouldn't send this tweet. Pete would.
Yeah. So that was like a 50% passive aggressive shot at you, but also 50%. I just wanted to kind of gauge the room and see like what people thought. Yeah. Who people thought that would do that.
Yeah.
And it was closer than I expected. A lot. It was like almost 50-50. I think towards the end it was more like 60-40.
How the fuck did they not pick the depressed guy for who was sleeping in this situation? Yeah, fuck.
Whatever. I don't want to harp on this for too much longer.
Yeah, this is, so honestly, one of the reasons I was very eager to leave my last job was because this thing that we just did, add in means stuff. And that's what a lot of WEI's programming is.
Oh, yeah. It's like 90% of it.
And God, they're fucking killing it. And it's captivating, and I fucking listen to it all the time.
They're not even mean.
Right.
They're nasty.
Yeah. And they, I was going to say, and they like each other a lot less than we like each other. So I don't know. I think I got like a little triggered, a little, I got caught when I was at
PTSD?
Yes. When I was at EEI, sports fans... Fucking losers. If any sports fans listen to this, sports fans will remember Kirk Minahan and I had a falling out, and I was adamant the whole time. I was like, I am not mad at this person. We are fucking fine. We're friends. This is what Kirk does. God bless him. He kills it doing it. And I got called into the program director's office.
You have to fight.
Being like, why aren't you fighting?
Wow.
And I was like, because I'm an adult. I was like, it's weird because I can't be like, because I'm the happy guy, because I am not the happy guy, but I'm the
you're the I don't take this too seriously guy.
Because how the fuck could you?
I know.
So that fucking upset me, and that wasn't why I left EEI. Money was a big reason. I completely love everything that I do right now. I'm way too busy, I think, but fortunately I don't have a social life. Like, I don't know how it got to that, but like I went from a place where like negativity and snippiness was encouraged. So the few times over the last, like, I don't know, couple months that I've felt we've started to maybe be a little combative, I've been like, fuck, this is the worst thing in the world, because the best thing about brunch is that we legitimately agree on everything. We were texting the other day, you were like, new Timberlake song, Heat, and I listened to Supplies, and I was so upset because I was like, not like here we go again, but I was like fuck, I really don't like this song.
Are we growing apart?
Yeah, and I texted, I was like, I fucking hate this. And you were like, fuck, I like it.
I'm a fan.
And I was like,
I think you're gonna come around on it. So now that the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, shocker. Yeah. When are you going to Minneapolis?
Sunday to Saturday.
That makes me feel a little bit better because on Friday, my day turned around quickly after.
Well, you went to the gym
brunch.
at 9:01, so you must have felt good about it.
I gave you a
Got
window.
Those endorphins going.
I gave you a window.
Hey, no, I get it. On to the next.
Fuck you. As soon as I got to the gym, I got a phone call, and it was the Boston Bruins. And,
this is unbelievable.
And so what happened was I was supposed to go to the All-Star game, the NHL All-Star game for CBS. And at like the last second, they were like, sorry, we're not going to send you anymore. It's just probably not worth it. And I was like, something, but okay.
It sucks when jobs say that because that's always right.
I know. I was like
you should never send me anywhere.
I was like, fuck.
They found out.
So like 2 days after that, I saw the Bruins tweet like, hey, last chance for our All-Star giveaway on Twitter. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going through work, so I might as well just give this a shot. Applied. Next morning, they called me. They're like, hey, you won.
You got it.
You won a fucking all-expenses-paid trip to go to the All-Star game in Tampa.
It's in Tampa, and a lot of people don't know this. Tampa fucking rules. Tampa's amazing.
I've never been, but I'm very excited. And,
you're going to rip it up there.
So it's 2 tickets, airfare and hotel. And I was like, for a second, I was like, should I ask DJ?
Yeah.
I know DJ loves Tampa. And I was like, no, I'm fucking mad at DJ.
Yeah, well, so that's that should be like a seminal moment for brunch. A trip. And when you won it, I didn't think that you would invite me. Okay. And not like I bet he's not going to invite me, but just like we're in a weird place where if one of us happened into a trip, they might ask like a gal pal or a different friend.
Yeah, I asked a different friend.
That fucking hurts. I
know.
A different friend actually hurts.
A girl.
Yeah.
It was like my second string friend.
Because like I technically can't give you sex.
Yes. I mean, so, technically you could, but
I can't.
Not interested. No
and
offense.
I discussed this with a gal pal and her best friend. Just like it was like a weird thing, like where I was just honestly saying it, and then I was like, "Oh fuck!" Now, like I need to reel this fucking back. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would ever say like they wouldn't do something." You know, like because we were talking about how gay I am, and I was like, I've never been compelled to like have sex with a guy, but I'm not going to say for sure. Why would I ever say that I never will? Like I don't want to, but I don't want to say that I never will.
You don't want to take it completely off the table. Like,
yeah,
you just want if you want it, it's there.
Yeah, and there was they're understanding ladies, but I was like, What am I saying here? Shut up, DJ.
Yeah, so I asked my buddy, but now I feel a little bit better knowing that you couldn't go anyway, even if I did ask.
Oh, it's
Sunday.
This sucks because I've got to do a lot of shit on Saturday. I'm getting my hair cut Saturday. I'm going to Minneapolis Sunday, and Sunday is the fucking Grammys.
Oh, that's right.
But you know what? I think I'm boycotting the Grammys this year.
Ooh.
Because I forget which reason why.
It was a bad year for music.
It was a bad year for music. My sister told me about this. I didn't look it up. Apparently, Taylor's not going to the Grammys because Look What You Made Me Do didn't get enough love. I love Look What You Made Me Do. I am all for a Jack Antonoff project not getting enough love. Lorde is not going for some reason. And Lorde, you know what I have said on this podcast about pure heroin.
Yeah.
And what I've said on this podcast about Royals. Lorde, you were the fucking most important artist on the planet.
I don't know if she was ever the most important artist on the planet.
No, Taylor and Kanye will always be. But she was, get the most ears.
But she was for sure big enough that like her skipping the Grammys would be a big deal. Now Lorde skipping the Grammys, like, oh, fuck it, whatever.
You
I don't
skipped
care.
the Grammys after putting out a fucking
mediocre,
homogenous album, and I get pissed more and more every day. I think about that the person who writes for The Ringer, who turns every story into a story about Dr. Luke, and who's obsessed with Dr. Luke, and wrote the thing about how Jack Antonoff is the answer for Dr. Luke, and how Max Martin and Dr. Luke are okay, but they've homogenized pop music. That's why fucking Jack Antonoff is so great. Oh, that makes me so mad. Every Jack Antonoff song sounds the fucking same. He was slowly fucking conditioning us to want to hear Getaway Car when it came out, and we all, my fucking self included, we all fucking fell for it.
If they gave out Grammys for most disappointing artist of the year, it would be a two-man race between Lorde and Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Well, 2017, we've talked about this. The 2013 lady rockers were fucking massive with their debuts. Churches, Haim, and Lorde. And like, think about it. All three of those were fucking groundbreaking. And Churches was the only one that when you listened on the first listen, you were like, oh my God. What? That first album was a fucking 8, and I didn't even... That was them at 80%, and I didn't fucking know it. And Lorde fucking way took the fucking pedal off the metal. And I'm so fucking upset about that. But what is it? Pedal to the metal? What does that mean? The floor is metal? Unless it's like disassembling the car?
I was like, there's no metal floor of a car. It seems like, I mean, at its root, it's metal, but there's stuff on top of it.
There's rubber and stuff over. I do pretty well, so I drive a Sonata. And
my favorite tweet recently was somebody tweeting at us that the Guzzler, there was like a truck that had Guzzler on the side, and it was like, ha, car boys.
I love when people... somebody asked if they can borrow one of my Tatum jerseys, and they can. Just, this is fucking... Like, I guess, come to...
I wouldn't let anybody borrow my clothes.
Come to my...
Nobody would fit my clothes anyway.
Well, here's something that people don't know. I have 4 Tatum jerseys. 3 of them are like the $15 Chinese ones. You put me up on Game, the website where you get those. Although... I'm working on making a custom Tatum jersey that's very exciting.
Okay.
I asked Ryan if he'd be able to make it. I'll tell you about it after.
Okay.
And it's going to be a fucking hit with the with NBA Twitter.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's very
better than Fultz.
No, I'll just fucking say it. On the front, Celtics 0. On the back, he's only... And then number 19.
Oh my God!
Have you noticed how big a thing that's become? Jason Tatum is only 19.
Oh yeah, but the shelf life on that jersey is not going to be great.
He turns 20 in March,
so really not great.
Rush order.
Yes.
But I'm just going to wear that forever. I was at the game last week against the who is it against? Oh, the fucking Pelicans. The Pelicans. Every time I watch them play, I forget that they should be really, really good.
Yeah.
They should be so hard to play. They have like the 2
nasty big
good
men.
big guys. So Tatum, I forget, someone crossed him up, and he literally slid like a foot.
Oh, I did
and then
see that.
Fell
I
on
saw
his
that.
butt.
Yeah.
And I was
and then
drained.
Drained
Right.
shot.
He came back, but it was so upsetting. And I was watching the game with my cousin, and I was like, if I see this fucking if Worldwide Wob tweets this fucking video, I'm gonna kill him. And he did. And all the responses were like, wow, crossed up like that at only 19.
That's awesome.
Kills me. But
let me tell you a story.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some contacts this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. And you know what happened?
I thought you were going to say you bought some condoms. And I was going to...
Nope. No, thanks. I bought some
Hold
contacts.
on that receipt.
Yeah. I bought some contacts this weekend, and I did it right from my couch in under 5 minutes.
Really?
Yes. And I did it on my phone. How amazing
With
is that?
my bookie?
No, not my bookie. An awesome new app called Simple Contacts.
Ooh.
Simple Contacts.
Stupid ass contacts.
Simple Contacts lets you renew your prescription and reorder your brand of lenses from anywhere in minutes through an online vision test. It's designed by doctors, and every test is reviewed by a doctor, so they literally bring the doctor's office to you.
That's ridiculous. Who the fuck are you?
They're bringing it to you.
That is... Who the fuck are we to have the
Come
doctor
to us.
brought to us?
You went to years of medical school. You come to me.
No, you took like a $900,000 risk. You come to me.
The contact lenses prices are unbeatable. They're fantastic. Do you know how expensive contacts are?
I have no idea.
They're kind of expensive. It's like $20 a box. But not at Simple Contacts. They're cheaper. And the vision test is only $20, and shipping is free. Best of all, our listeners get $30 off their first Simple Contacts purchase.
$30?
Yeah, $30.
So
that's a steal.
They're normally expensive. You know
Not
what else?
anymore.
You know what else is a steal?
What?
Fixing your posture. You might think that in your old age, it's too late. Have scoliosis as a kid, never get checked, or just get tired at the gym. Back pain is no issue. It is an issue.
Not part of the reason.
I think I just fucking stink at podcasts now.
To get $30 off your first Simple Contacts order, use promo code.
Done?
No, I didn't even give the promo code. The promo code is PDC100SC. That's PDC100SC, and you get $30 off your first Simple Contacts order. I don't like that promo code. It's a little tricky. PDC100SC. Try it for yourself. Save $30 on your contact lenses by going to simplecontacts.com/PDC100SC and enter the code at checkout.
Hey.
That's simplecontacts.com/PDC100SC and enter code PDC100SC at the checkout.
Hey, first, before you do that, try brunch. We're gonna send an email, see if they can also add in brunch there.
Yeah, you do brunch initially, and if it doesn't work, then use PDC100SC because it's a little too tricky.
Brunch, wait a couple hours. We've had promo codes changed before. So. We're the worst fucking read people because they say, "Hey, this person is interested in advertising with you. What do you guys think?" And then we take 2 days to get back to them, and we're like, "Well, what's the promo code going to be?" It's like the promo code's going to be, they're going to give you fucking money. Just do what they say. And then they give it to us, and we're like, hey, what if we read their copy in a silly voice? What if we never fucking say my bookie? What if we always fucking call it the wrong thing? I think that my bookie and I have a good relationship, though. Oh, so I'm bummed that you're not coming to Minneapolis. I was also going to jokingly suggest this, but I couldn't really do it because I think I'd get fired. I was going to be like, yo, just fucking fly to Minneapolis and hide in my room because there's something that's going to be in Minneapolis that I'm going to try to do something with, and it's up both of our alleys, and it won't feel the fucking same doing it without you.
Is it the Imagine Dragons?
Imagine Dragons are
Imagine Dragons are in Minneapolis for the Super Bowl.
Doesn't that fucking suck?
It's a little, it hurts.
And if I do anything with them, I'm going to pivot. And there's no fucking shortage of things that you can do with Imagine Dragons. Those guys are fucking hit makers. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try to lay some groundwork for our future project. What we wanted to do was we wanted to make like a 2-hour documentary on Thunder, and we were looking at their fucking tour dates, and they were in like Japan, and we were like, how much would it be to fly to Japan? We can just fucking fly to Japan. Because how awesome would that be? And we could get like a bunch of celebrities. We'd get Randy, do just like a serious fucking documentary on Thunder. That'd be so fucking
I know.
fun.
I still want to do it.
Yeah.
But
we still should. I mean, we decided Thunder's not ending.
Today's episode is also brought to you by RX Bar. You
I should be doing this one.
Yeah, you've had a great experience with RX Bar, haven't you?
Wait, there's no promo code?
I think it's brunch. We're gonna try to make it brunch.
Off the dome. You mind if I take this one?
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by RX Bar. Feeling frumpy? Have bad posture? It's probably because you're fat. Lose weight. That's what I'm doing. And how am I doing it? I'm doing what I call the P&P plan, which is paleo plus peanuts. I'm allergic to tree nuts, but I'm not allergic to peanuts. Peanuts are not paleo, so I'm just kind of erasing. It'll be our little secret. I'm doing a little cheating thing. But when you're on the go, what are you going to eat? In between places, running around, working too many jobs, trying to support the kids, have a social life? I don't have any of those things. But if I'm on the go, running late to a podcast, I grab an RX bar. RX bars are made with very few simple ingredients, and it says right on it what's going on.
That's the best part. It shows you exactly what's in the bar right on the package. It
says what you're putting in your body. And here's a little trick with bars like this. They're all just dates. Apparently, dates is like this fucking thing that you can turn peanuts and salt into like ice cream if you just add dates, which is crazy.
Let me give you a few quick little rundown points about RX Bar.
Yeah.
Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, 11 flavors.
It's problematic for us. We like the soy. We like the soy.
No added sugar, no artificial colors, artificial flavors, preservatives, or fillers. There's protein, and it comes from egg whites.
Yes. And I've been doing a lot of eggs of late, but I'm worried when I eat stuff with eggs because I already did my eggs. Here's what I do in the morning. I do 2 eggs and then dump some egg whites into it, mix it, get them big eggs, big scrambled eggs. I do scrambled eggs now. I'm a fucking child. I might as well be having chocolate milk, which I could do with some dates, and it would be just like chocolate milk. My personal favorite for the RX bar is the peanut butter. Ooh. I also love the peanut butter chocolate. In fact, they sent us some RX bars.
They did.
And I saw some in the store, and I was like, oh, let me grab one of these.
You bought them?
Yeah,
wow.
I'm supporting the brand. And
wow, that's a give and take relationship that we've got going on.
Yeah, you scratch my back, I'll give you a little masturbate yourself. Yeah. And so I sent an email to our rep, and I was like, yo, send me a box of these things. And I said,
my favorite for sure is the chocolate sea salt.
So this is a cool thing. You get to have all the other ones.
Yeah, I know, because you can't eat any of them except for the peanut butter ones.
And when they sent us these, I was like, oh, fuck, you're going to have to do the reads because I'm allergic to all these. And then I saw there were 2 flavors to which I'm not allergic. And honestly, they have fucking saved my life. My on-the-go thing, my meal replacement is either a bag of plantain chips, which is not healthy, but it's technically paleo, or an RX bar, which is healthy. And these things, it's one bar. A Snickers doesn't fucking get me anywhere. I'm hungry a minute later. An RX bar, I missed a fucking meal, and I went to the movies the other day, and I put a couple RX bars in my pocket. I watched a fucking 2.5-hour movie, and an RX bar lasted me the whole time, which I am a fucking feta boy. So I need my fucking food. And especially now that I'm not eating a lot of stuff, that fucking lasted me hours. And you eat it slowly. You don't scarf it down.
They're kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Which is, it makes it last.
I think it's the dates, I guess, are really dense.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I love saying, when you say dense,
I've said dense a lot
with food?
Recently. Food and body types.
Ooh, did you call me dense?
No, not you. But yeah, RX Bar. We can't speak highly enough about it.
No, I don't.
To get your special offer, go to 25% off is a special offer, by the way.
You can get 25% off. These are not expensive anyway. That's the craziest part.
25% off your first order. Go to rxbar.com/brunch and then enter promo code brunch at checkout and 25% off your first order.
That's wild.
You can get a deal.
I'm about to do that, man. Like I'm telling you, the P&P diet is expensive because you're buying a lot of stuff that doesn't have like shit in it.
I was talking to a kid at my gym the other day, and he was saying that like he's buying like almonds or something, and he says he drops like $20 on almonds like every couple days, or walnuts, I think it was. He was like, walnuts are terrible and they're expensive,
walnuts
and I hate
good.
this.
I fucking miss them.
So
that's what's worse. I'm not a fucking blind person who was born blind. With these nut allergies, I could see, motherfucker.
You know what you're missing.
Yeah, walnuts are fucking good. And like when I see an ice cream flavor that's got some walnuts in it, I'm like, fuck, man, walnuts. Oh.
So yeah, try out RX Bar.
Isn't that crazy though? Like,
there's for us that we have sponsors now.
Yeah, there's not a lot of things like that though. That it's expensive.
Right, limited options if you have that kind of diet.
That diet, if you have allergies. Maybe that's why I'm scratching. I was honestly going down a fucking list with your girlfriend last night she was like, well, why are you scratching? Because I hadn't told you I was scratching. And I was like,
yeah,
I got to get this off my chest. I'm just fucking scratching and I'm going to lose my mind. And she was like, well, could it be the cold weather? And I was like, I've never experienced this in the cold weather. She was like, well, what are you stressed about? And that's why I stayed up till 6:30 because then like 4 hours being like, well, this,
6:30 therapy session.
Listing of what I'm stressed about, and then added at the end of it, also just my normal life.
One, my name is DJ Bean.
Yes, so. Yeah. Get your own listen to the fucking podcast one time for me. So yeah, RX Bar. Great. I would say
like a 14-minute ad read.
I would say let's talk about crashing now, and let's talk about high maintenance because both those things are back. But I don't want to do it too much because I like the idea of this episode being a
RX Bar episode.
a little an argument and 2 ad reads. But that wasn't an argument. Did you think that was cool that we didn't argue there?
What would we argue about?
I don't know. Like I had fucking concerns. I thought that. I mean, you were mad again of late.
I told you before we even got on this podcast. Yeah. Now I'm getting mad because I laid it out. But I told you at the start, I was like, let's just have 10 minutes, air our grievances, and then be done with it. Yeah. Wipe the slate clean. We're moving forward.
Yeah, I'll never really be mad at you.
We'll see.
The only thing the only things I've been mad at myself, and it's happened 2 times in the history of this podcast. It happened last winter. There was even a part, I think, of the Wine Actually podcast that we cut out at the end.
Yeah, there was, yeah. But that was also like 3 hours into it.
Right, like
and we were
it
wasted.
Was for time. Yeah. It was for time purposes. It really wasn't that interesting. But I was just like, I was in a bad place, and I would honestly not want to do brunch because I didn't want to do anything, and that made me so fucking upset, and it made me wonder. It made me feel bad that like I was letting you down. I was still doing episodes and everything, and I was still coming in and trying to be funny and all that stuff. And Wine Actually, I think, is our funniest episode.
It is.
But it was like the most that and for like a fucking like 5-month period, like a few months ago, where I would like I started doing the things where I wouldn't text on Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. That wasn't like a fun phone thing. That was just like I was so miserable with everything that I didn't want to talk to anybody ever. And for like the first time ever, we would not have like an everyday we're sending each other ideas back and forth and everything. And I felt so fucking stressed out that I was like, again, not like letting you down or whatever, but I was like, I'm being the reason that right now Pete and I aren't talking a lot. So I don't know, like when we were combative the last, like, I don't know, couple months or whatever, and it was very, very few and far between, I was like, this is my fault because I probably let distance set in or whatever. But again, I'll never be mad at you. I'll only be mad at myself for the way I am towards you.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
There was a brunch reference on Crashing last night.
Yes. Was there?
Sit pee.
Oh, yeah.
He did a sit pee.
Oh, my God. That was... I couldn't believe that I laughed at that scene because it was so uncomfortable.
It was so uncomfortable. Like Pete Holmes woke up like the morning after basically his first ever hookup because he had only been with one woman and he had like a drunk hookup with this girl. And then the next morning, I had a problem with it because I was like, nobody could be this bad. Nobody could be this bad.
Yeah,
like,
but
I know
I think
Pete Holmes,
he could.
I know, like I know Pete Holmes is like this wholesome.
Yeah.
Like at that point in his life, was just like this wholesome, religious, kind of guy. So like, if there's anybody that could do it, it would be him. But it wouldn't be that bad. Like it was definitely exaggerated for the sake of being funny on TV.
Right.
But it was so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it was like, how could anybody be this bad?
It was like, and I don't want to make this reference because. It was like as virgin behavior as somebody could be, but
even
I don't like when people say that because it's also like saying like, oh, that's gay behavior because like who exhibits more virgin or gay behavior than the two of us?
True, but like. Even like it was like you don't even need to be sexually experienced to know some of the things that he did wrong. Like he peed sitting down with the door open. Peed sitting down with the door open after a hookup.
Right.
There's no way that you could ever think that would be like cool.
I guess I was just made more uncomfortable by the fact that after he was like, that was really special. Yeah. And I was like,
come on, man. Like, see, that I could understand more of like you've never been here kind of thing. So like this, it was for sure special for him.
Yeah.
For her, she was, but also the fact that like he stuck around the entire next day
that he stayed and made baked ziti and made me laugh out loud at like 2 a.m. so fucking hard.
Yeah, the fact that he like made he did like a full on meal at somebody else's house. Yes.
He fucking like checked out what was on the tube.
Yeah. And like ate out of the pan.
Yeah.
Like very gluttonous, very like, hey, you should do this only in the privacy of your own home.
Like you know, you're promised that your roommate is not going to be there. Nobody else is going to fucking see this shit. And her roommate comes in and she's like, "So, are you such and such's boyfriend?" And he's like, "Well, I've actually been wondering that."
So he was like, "Hey, take a seat."
I was laughing so hard at that, which. Oh my God, that was so funny.
It was a good episode.
I've gone from the feeling about Crashing the way I feel about Lady Bird, which is really good. We're way overrating it, but really good, to Crashing is the most important show on television.
Yesterday's episode was really, really good, and I've since come around on the Leaf character being good and important to the show.
I started to write down the note as soon as Leaf came in that episode of, we don't like Leaf, right? And then after a minute, I was like, oh, Leaf's awesome.
Yeah. I thought that heading into this season, I was like, I definitely don't need Leaf in this season.
Yes.
Because like the wife isn't in it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you keeping that guy around when it's clear that like Pete doesn't like him?
Right.
But now he's serving like a valuable service to Pete, and he is like actually funny.
And how unbelievably difficult a role is that to make not fucking lame? Like, how many times did they...
over the top
like
hippie.
The holistic person, the hippie person, fucking Kumail in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fucking painful.
Yeah, right. If you do it bad, it's so cringeworthy.
I feel like if you do it normal, it's cringeworthy. Just because the joke's been made so great. Many... right. Like, you can't... There's no like passable level of doing that, you know? You can't just be like, all right, then we'll have a hippie guy, or we'll have a super holistic guy, or we'll have a masseuse or a masseur come in. And that's not to lump them all in the same category, but it fucking is.
It is.
Yeah. It's just, you're always like, oh, well, let me guess. They're going to say some hippy-dippy stuff that we don't usually say. But he was great. He had his
scene with Wale was unbelievable. It was so good.
I saw so many things with my eyes in the last 24 hours that were just really fucking pleasing to me. The Stefan Gilmore past breakup. My
Italian chef kissing fingers on repeat for 24 hours.
Yes,
I've never seen a defensive back knock away a ball like that, where he like caught the corner of it and just like threw it to the side.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God.
It's like, this ball has to go somewhere else. And he had to let out like,
and he was floating in the air for like 19 seconds.
That, and I was saying to someone recently, you know how I feel about sports fans who are just like fucking too into it. I'm glad you're too into it, just not for me. I'm obviously too into a lot of stuff. I'm too into music. I'm too into Pete. Whatever. But the Patriots have a lot of football players who I really like. Like players who I love fucking watch play. When Patriots, when Deion Lewis fumbles, Jacksonville gets the ball back, they're going to fucking win. And they go 3-and-out because on third down, Bortles hits Allen Hurns. He's going for the first down. And fucking, I love watching Devin McCourty tackle somebody.
That tackle was unbelievable.
Like, you go no further. I was like, oh my fucking God.
That tackle was
Devin
like,
McCourty tackle
oh my God.
Day. That was such
like
a great
into
game.
A truck.
That was such a great game. And
it was.
Everybody was like, oh, Jacksonville's going to suck. There's a tomato can, blah, blah. And the Patriots had to be like, after the game, you have to do the whole, like, so, what do you like about the offense? What didn't you like about that performance? Who needs to be better? And it's like, I'd like Brandon Cooks to catch that one ball. But Tom Brady was fucking awesome, and he had to be because Jacksonville was never not awesome.
They played a perfect first half. That's not true. They were not good in the second half.
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Patriots were better.
Right.
But they're going to be.
Right. Jacksonville played a perfect first half.
Yeah.
And the fact that like it was like the third quarter, and I was like, they're not increasing their lead to like 24 to 30 points right now. They're going to lose.
I would have liked for them to go for it on fourth down when they were trying to throw funny looks at them. And Tony Romo was like, I'm not sure what this is.
Timeout.
Timeout.
He kept like screaming timeout, and I was like, wait, did they call a timeout yet or no? Like,
right.
Like I'm confused. Tony Romo doesn't really understand his job yet.
Who's someone that you were initially so wrong on, and you were like, "Hey, like to have that one back."
Like,
I think X Ambassadors might be it for me. I heard like the first two X Ambassadors songs, and I was like, "Oh, these guys are fucking heat." And then I got that I was like, "Oh, they're too much."
I remember that you asked me to go to an X Ambassadors
I was going to a free
Boston.
X Ambassadors concert.
It was free. That was the big selling point.
And
but
the concert made me realize I was like, "Oh,
that's why it's free."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're Imagine Dragons level.
Yeah,
like,
but worse.
Yeah, Imagine Dragons. I fucking like Imagine Dragons. I was helping Bry Guy do some work on his house, which was a hilarious choice by Bry Guy. And
you had to be like the 8th person on that list.
Yeah, and he just put on the Imagine Dragons album, and he was like, "Is it cool if I just play this album?" I was like,
what do you think you were going to say?
It's cool if you don't have the repeat button pressed because I don't want to hear anything else after this shit. Keep it going. But yeah, there are some things that like right off the bat you're like, wow, this is really cool. This is awesome. And then you're like, I hope everyone doesn't remember that I said
I can't remember a specific one off the top of my head, but there's been for sure.
The big one for me growing up was 9 Days. Do you remember that band?
No.
Story of a Girl.
Oh, yeah.
That song came out, and I was fucking all over it. All over it. They did the fucking, that last chorus, when they do a little syncopated thing, they do this is the story of a girl who cried over, and oh man, just all of it got me. And I was like, doing like,
a jam, though.
I was doing like fucking Paul Revere down the streets, like, check out 9 Days, they're so good. And then everyone heard it, and they were like, oh my god, dude, that's fucking embarrassing. And I was like,
that song is a jam, though.
And I was of the age where I had to be like, oh, I don't like it. It's yeah. Oh, this song is gay. Yeah, I don't like it. Fucking kids.
We all have those ones though. But yeah, Wale on Crashing I was not expecting that whatsoever. I wonder like how that happened.
And he was good.
He was great.
That was like real, and Leaf was so great with him.
Like there was a good message sent there.
Yeah.
Like It was a great scene, great episode.
Another thing that I watched last night whilst itching, Pete Holmes' stand-up.
Did you?
Yeah, his special. I've done such a fucking 180 on Pete Holmes.
Do you like him now?
He is a shit interviewer, but you're not supposed to be good at everything. And when you watch him do comedy, holy smokes, do you root for him because he's
having such a good time.
He just wants to be having a good time, and you can tell. Again, this is my little depression dar. That guy's not totally happy. And he just wants, but he wants to be there to make people happy, and in a way more kind of a million times more good person / sweet person / innocent person thing. I see a little bit of myself in him.
I think if there's like a person that you root for in comedy, it's a guy like him, who's like doing it because he just wants to make people happy,
right?
And like he's trying to be a good person. And it's you can tell that he has some internal struggle, but like he's probably at his root probably like the best person in comedy. Yeah, maybe
he's nothing's gonna come out about him.
God, I hope not.
That guy has touched every breast and vagina the right way.
Well, like the first episode of the season, he like asked about like when he was about to have sex. He was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Like I for sure see that being a Pete Holmes things. Yeah, Pete Holmes things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
do you know if there's an app? Someone was telling me this. Colleges do an app where you say you like check a box or sign it or something saying that you're consenting before you have sex.
What?
Yeah. It's this might sound problematic. That's a good idea for a lot of reasons.
Like two people before they hook up, like they check this box and it like goes on record that they were both that night were like we're consenting to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that also presents an issue where like you're allowed to change your mind after that.
What? Oh, or like if it's if like bad shit. Yeah,
right.
If you're allowed to. They're too aggressive.
There's no point. There's no like point of no return when it comes to sex.
Totally.
Like you can always be like, no, I'm not feeling this. I'm done.
I don't know any statistics or anything, but I feel like a good amount of sexual assault probably occurs during sex.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I have an issue with like somebody referring back to that, being like, no, look, we were both consensual.
Yeah.
We both checked this box.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I don't. My bigger thing is if anyone accused me of having sex with them, I'd be like, no, I fucking didn't. Shut up.
That's a you thing,
no?
For sure. That's a you thing.
Fortunately, no one can do that.
nobody's ever accused you of having sex with them.
Nope.
Yeah. Did you watch High Maintenance?
I did. And
speaking of sex,
a
lot of it in that episode.
Yeah, maybe it was because I was itching so much. Maybe it was because I just I've slept like 1 hour in the last however many days. I got teary-eyed at the end of High Maintenance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the scene on the train.
subway? Oh, my God. That was such a good scene.
That whole episode was great, and it was totally different from the first season.
Yeah, it was like more all over the place.
It was like an anthology series in one episode.
Yeah. It bounced around from like that's so.
If you don't watch that show, everybody, that show is awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really was great, and you know what it was? It was kind of like the you watched the webisodes, right?
Yeah,
the web series. Like those are like 3 to 4 minute, 5 minute, 6 minute stories about like people in the city. This was like 30 minutes of that.
Right.
Where it just kept bouncing around.
But they just do it Birdman style where like they'll keep the shot in. So like the guy who's losing weight, he eventually binge eats and he's at a restaurant.
I felt so bad.
Dude.
I felt so bad. Like
I went from fucking despising that guy to feeling despair for him in 1 second. Because so the episode is he's lost a lot of weight. He hits 275 pounds for the first time since high school. He's an adult man. He's very excited about it. And
he's very committed to a healthy lifestyle.
Yes. A major tragedy befalls the world. And they don't specify what it is, but the episode is about everyone reacting to it. Yeah. And like the whole city, it's New York. The whole city's very upset, and it's a lot of people holding signs like saying like "Be good to one another." A lot of people not going outside. A lot of crying, and he keeps starting to post on Instagram like "Hit my goal."
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah,
But then he sees like other people are sad, and he feels bad. He feels guilty about like feeling a personal joy and like personal accomplishment while like bad shit is going on.
It sounds like you didn't hate him as much as I did.
No, like I can kind of understand that. Yeah. Like I feel like I've had moments like that.
It's gotta be a huge deal for him,
right? Yeah, and like just because like there's so much like shit that is not related to him. Like he doesn't own. Like, he shouldn't feel guilty about like what's going on around him.
Yeah.
So I felt bad that he couldn't feel like his own sense of accomplishment and own sense of joy just because like bad shit was going on around him that he had nothing to do with.
Here's what he does. You put your thumb over the camera, take a picture for your story. You ever do that trick?
Where it's just a black screen.
Makes it black.
Yeah.
Write whatever you want. And then you write on it, this one's kind of heavy, so hold. You know, you hold it so you can read it.
Yeah.
All right, like, today could have been so many things. Blah, 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 blah. I have been struggling with weight my entire life, blah, blah, blah. Today could be the day that I celebrate that I have got down to 275 pounds. Instead, today was the most painful reminder that I'm just one person. Be good to each other. Something like that.
That's a good move.
I'm kind of experienced.
Should be a PR person.
Yeah, I'm kind of experienced in being vain and depressed. So you can kind of meld them both together.
Quick.
And people will say, "You're brave," and don't let anything diminish how you feel.
Wow.
And then you kind of make them give you those.
Speaking of PR, we got to give a quick little shout out to Zac Efron. Did not tweet anything about himself on Martin Luther King Day this year. Big step for Zac Efron.
Yeah, that was. We check with each other before we send stuff over the brunch account. So there was some texting of like, on Martin Luther King Day, we're like, we're going to text something about Efron, right? Yeah. Okay, cool.
High maintenance, also my one note that I put down. A lot of full-frontal nudity, male nudity in this episode.
Yes.
Lot of peen.
Yes.
A lot of soft, flaccid peen.
Which, quite frankly, felt good because they showed normal penis from one of the guys. They just showed, like, normal-sized penis, and I was like, Thank you.
After what was it?
A love? No.
Easy.
Easy
with the biggest floppy fucking dick in the world.
Flaccid dick I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, fuck, is that supposed to be what a dick is like?
They do that a lot. They also did that with Big Little Lies. Alexander Skarsgård, massive hog.
Yeah.
Like that had to be a prosthetic. I don't like that. But I don't think. Are you allowed to show like a hard dick? I don't think I've ever seen a hard dick like outside of porn on like a TV show.
Trump was elected. You're allowed to do anything. Real quick, I should mention I put in work this weekend for the podcast. Oscars. I saw 3 movies. I saw Wind River at your recommendation.
You're an idiot for
I
not
watched
seeing
it with my mom, and we both loved it.
Yeah, you texted me. This is going to sound like I'm mad at you, but like you texted me over the weekend. You were like, I'm a little upset that you didn't push me harder to watch Wind River. I was like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I've literally talked nonstop about Wind River since I've seen it, being like it was one of my favorite movies of the year.
Well, you got to think of it from my perspective. You told me to watch it, and I didn't end up watching it. Whose fault is that? You didn't tell me hard enough. I would.
You should take. I would argue that you should take my
initiative.
You should take my recommendation seriously.
I also saw. The Shape of Water, which I loved. Was great, and I saw Call Me by Your Name, which very surprising for me. Just okay for me, dog.
Ooh.
But you're going to see both those because we're going to have. I don't know when. They might come out today.
I think they are announced this week at some point.
When they come out, we're going to have a movie review episode for every Best Picture nom, including Get Out. Like, we'll go back and do an official one because, I don't know, I think that's the right thing to do.
We should do it, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to try to see... Oh, I saw The Post. Last week.
I'm not interested in that.
That movie fucking sucked.
I don't know if it sucks. I would say that you're maybe over-exaggerating. Are you over-exaggerating?
No,
it sucks.
It sucks. I was sitting there fucking watching Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, and Steven Spielberg, and Jesse Plemons and Zach Woods in a serious role, which is like everything I want. And I'm just sitting there just fucking stewing, itching, everything. It was awful.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was not a good movie. It's such an interesting story, but they just told it in such a boring way.
An interesting story does not necessarily mean it's an interesting movie.
But you would think that fucking Steven Spielberg,
I know,
the fucking best.
They got heavy hitters,
right? Like I was watching it, I was like, what else do you fuckers need? Like, do you need to bring in Denzel? Is that like, do you additionally need Denzel? Fucking what was I gonna say? The acting in Shape of Water rules. Like,
I heard that
all those people nominated.
Yeah, I heard. I forget what's her name. The woman who.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah, I heard that she was phenomenal.
She was great.
Speaking of actors awards, I hope that that guy Timothy Chalamet, whatever from Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
Everybody's begging for him to win Best Supporting Actor. I hope he doesn't win.
Yeah.
It's
no means no.
Yeah. What was that? Get Out.
Because I said so.
No.
The Big Sick.
The Big Sick.
Because I said so. Needs to still exist.
Yes. Everybody's so up in arms that he's not winning.
Who does he play?
The supporting actor, the guy opposite Armie Hammer.
The kid?
Yeah.
He was really
good. Or whatever.
As I was watching that, I was like, Miles
Teller.
Stay on top of your fucking game.
Ooh,
because
Timothy Chalamet.
You're gonna be fighting for roles pretty soon. That kid's gonna be a fucking star. He was.
That's
awesome.
I mean, that's what everybody's saying, and they're like, I cannot believe that he's winning. Like he lost the Golden Globe and the SAG Award to Gary Oldman.
Most of the people lose.
Right, a good majority of you are going to lose if you're nominated. But people are pissed, and now I'm seeing that people are pissed. And because it's probably because I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how good he was yet.
No,
but now I'm like, yes, this is great.
Yeah, I'm eager for you to see Call Me by Your Name because there are a lot of great parts of it. You're left with some questions. You're also left with some questions with The Shape of Water. But a big takeaway from me with Shape of Water, and we'll get into it for the episode. What's his name? Michael
Shannon?
Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon is just... Actually...
You said he was hot.
I said he was hot, but then I saw something, and now I have the hiccups? What the fuck? I saw something with him. It caught my eye, and I was like, we're going to have to talk about this as well.
Are we saving it for the review? Or
Yeah, we're saving it. Good episode. This was a good episode.
It was a needed episode. I feel better.
Yeah, because honestly, I was like, I texted you this morning. I was like, I was honestly going to ask you to grab a beer at some point, which I can't do because I'm doing the fucking paleo thing. But I just want to make sure like everything is okay because we're you guys will find out at some point in our lives we're gonna take over the fucking world. And I was like, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that we're
Gucci.
That we were Gucci, and we are. We end every episode with a hug and a kiss, so we're going to do that now. Goodbye.